Now I'll behave.
Okay, here we go. So this is going to be like part 7 of upgrading DrupalEasy.com to Drupal 9. We're kind of midway through going through all the contributed projects and seeing what's what. So we had a couple weeks off here because of DrupalCon, so we're just kind of getting back into it. So I updated my local database. I just ran the scan. While we're gone, I've actually updated the site a little bit. I added Smart Trim module. I tweaked some Markdown stuff. I added support for podcast audio transcripts, which Amy June, by the way, I got my first email saying how terrible the transcripts were. So that made me happy because someone was looking at them. So anyway, so we left off. Well, for future tasks, we're waiting for, let's see. Well, we're still waiting for config split to go 1.5. I could go with RC3, but you know, by next week, it's not a full release. I'll go to RC3 and that'll get us compatible. These are all compatible with Drupal 9 to a point. You know, some of these warnings and errors are inside of, well, what is this? Oh, this is config split, sorry. Like contact storage. These are both in automated tests, which we don't need for Drupal 9 yet. Eventually they'll be fixed, but it won't stop us from using it. Markdown is a bit of a problem still. I made a note about that. Review this. If change was good, then merge Drupal 9 into master and push to live. So I don't know. I guess maybe I didn't implement this, or I forget where we left off on that. But this has a bunch of errors. Let's see. Yeah, deprecations. Let me just see what that link was. If this got committed, will be good. Oh, error when. All right, shouldn't be an issue anymore now that this has been. All right, so maybe a dev version will fix this. All right, so when was the latest result, the latest release? June 23rd. And that commit was on. But this says fixed. But I don't see a commit. There's this commit. All right, I'm not going to, I will handle this one another time. I don't want to go down this rabbit hole. I spent enough time with Markdown. So let's keep on going here. So we left off. Responsive favicons. Okay, last one we did was responsive favicons. So if we come back over here, yeah, so simple XML sitemap, compatible 3.7. If we look at errors and warnings, this one actually says it was deprecated in the form. And simple sitemap display extender because the extend. Okay, so I don't know if we need this one, but this one's kind of weird because it says it is. Oh, I need to get to this version. All right, we have something to do. Let's upgrade simple XML sitemap. Let's do that. All right, so first thing we're going to do is make sure we don't have simple sitemap. So we're looking at better than 3.3, so we should just be able to do, let's just do a ddev composer update Drupal / simple sitemap. And really what we should do here is let's just do this the right way. Let's read the release notes, make sure there's nothing funky. And we're on 3.5, so we should read the release notes for 3.6 and 3.7. So let's do that. So changes since 2, we don't care about changes since 2, but no new features. Looks like some bug fixes, nothing major. Let's look at the 3.6. Drush 10 support, some bug fixes, improvements, API changes, interface. Okay, so nothing. I'm just using Simple Sitemap in its most basic way, so I'm not too concerned about this. So let's go ahead and run that update and see if that clears that up. So while that one's running, Smart Trim is good, SMTP module. I'm on beta 6, this is at RC3, so this is probably due for an update, so we'll do that one next. Stage file proxy, I don't care about because it's only my local. Token is good. Views reference, let's see. So we're gonna have to go from 1.4 to 2, so we'll have to look into that. And a web form, there's gonna be tagging a 6.0 release. They're on alpha 12 right now, so this one we might wait as well. And then our base theme, that could be a whole other thing. All right, so for today, maybe we'll just do Simple Sitemap and SMTP authentication and call it a day. All right, so Simple Sitemap, we got up to 3.7, so that's good. And so I know Steve's still here? Steve is still here. So yeah, so earlier when we were talking about migration, so this is, all I'm worried about here is code. So this is migrating, or not migrating, but upgrading modules to their Drupal 9 compatible versions if they exist. All right, so ddev.drush updb, see if there's any database updates associated with the Simple Sitemap upgrade. Upgraded Simple XML Sitemap module. All right, no updates. So now if I come over here and check that, and let's rescan that one, we should get a clean bill of health for that one now. I feel like, what did we do? We have, yeah, we're using the dev for Markdown. All right, I don't know if I want to get involved with Markdown knowing our time is short today. Okay, so that's done, and that was Simple XML Sitemap, up to date. One warning. Simple Sitemap Views UI library is not defined because the defining extension is not installed. That's because we do not have the Simple Sitemap Views module enabled on DrupalEasy.com. That's a sub-module. So I don't think I care. So we're going to leave that, and let's commit this change. So git status, I am on my Drupal 9 branch right there. So let's go ahead and do a git add composer.lock vendor, since I commit my dependencies as well as web modules contrib, Simple Sitemap, do another git status. Those changes look good. Git commit-m updated Simple Sitemap module to 8.x-3.7. All right, git status, we should be clean, and we're gonna do SMTP module next. So this says, let's see, allow betas, but we are now up to RCs. So let's change this to @RC. So we'll take the latest release candidate. So let's just go back to here and SMTP. And while that's going, let's go over here to SMTP and look at some release notes, make sure there's not going to be any gotchas. This is a well-used module though, so I'm not anticipating anything. Okay, fix some errors connected in some cases with the new 6.x version PHP mailer. Okay. So maybe we should update PHP mailer as well. Yep. Seven issues, updated the composer.json for Drupal 9. Drupal 9 support. Okay, so this is all feeling pretty good. So they're still knocking off issues with each release. Look like they have a new release every few weeks lately. So hopefully we're driving towards a 1.0 release finally. But that doesn't look like it's going to cause any issues. So did we get it? Yeah, we got RC3 and an updated PHP mailer as well. So let's do our drush updb, see if we have any database updates for this. We do. Okay, so let's run those and let's make a note of that. First time in a while, updates with Drupal 8 SMTP. All right, so this looks like it's just disabling SMTP if the if something exists, rebuild caches, and then some settings. So that looked like that went pretty smoothly. So let's do this. Let's scan this one. And actually, before I do that, let me come over to here just to check open that at the same time. Did I click it? I did. SMTP clicked. Scan. And we can come over here. It's still on Zoho. There we go. Okay. So I'm not too worried about this module. I will test it when I get it out to my test environment. All right, and we come down here now to SMTP. Look at that, no known errors, fantastic. Okay. So what do we got about, oh, we still have time. So let's get that committed. Git status. And we also, oh, that's new PHP mailer. I wonder if it was located somewhere else or something before. All right, well, git status, oh, what changed in my composer.json? Oh, I changed it from beta to dev. So beta to RC, git add composer.json, git status. Okay, so there's PHP mailer, our composer stuff, and then the module itself, git commit dash updated SMTP module to 8.x dash, ooh, I can't remember because that was 5 seconds ago, 1.0 RC3, 1.0 RC3. All right, git status. Okay, good. Views reference field. I wonder, where am I using views reference field? So let's see if we can't figure that out first. Is that going to be in this report? Maybe. These are fields used in views. There used to be like a views plugin report. That's still views plugins. Query row field. No, I wonder where I'm using that, if I'm using that. Let's see if we can't figure it out. First, I'm going to remind myself what that module actually does. Views reference altogether. Because the best way to upgrade a module is to realize you don't need to upgrade it and you can just delete it. Oh, it's used in conjunction with paragraphs. Ah, and I'm not using paragraphs, so maybe I don't need it. So is this what allows us to add a view to a paragraph. Anybody familiar with this module? Views is an entity reference field that you can add to an entity via Manage Fields tab. So I don't think I'm using this. So if I go to my field list and field type, if I just search for reference, I do not like the way this is paged now. It never used to be paged. That's entity reference, okay. Entity reference. I don't think I'm using this module. So another thing I can do, I could search my config to see if anything's dependent on it. Views reference. And there's nothing. So let's just do one more test here. So if I go to let's just go to article, manage fields. I just want to see what it would look like if I had a dependency on it. I don't think I'm using this. So I'm just going to just save it all. I'm going to delete it in a minute anyway. But I'm doing that to see how it exposes itself in configuration. So I make sure I was searching for the right thing by searching for views reference. So if I go to, let's see, views difference. Yeah, type views reference. So if I was using it, there should be this string somewhere in my config. And it is not there. So I am pretty darn sure that I can delete that, which I'm about to do. So let me go back to this and delete this. And I'm going to disable that module, and then we don't even have to worry about upgrading it. Okay, but one thing I did, I don't know if anybody else caught that. Hopefully it did. We actually have to export this config. I missed this config, that the config for SMTP module got updated when we updated the module. So let's do that first. So if I do a ddev.drushcex for config export, yes. Get status. It's a step that I often forget, and I bet you a lot of people forget that step, is when you upgrade a module, check config. Git add config, git commit-m, updated SMTP config when module was updated. Okay, so now let's do a ddev.drush pm uninstall views reference. Yay! Okay, so let me update what we did today. Updated that, updated SMTP module, uninstalled views. Is it all one word? Wow, views, 3 words actually. Okay, views reference field module after figuring out that it is no longer used on the site. That deserves a smiley face. Fields pending deletion, what does that mean? That basically means that I need to do a drush cron. Because I had a field that was using it, but then I deleted that field, but cron needs to circle back and clean up. Oh, look at this. I've got weird cannot remove because the entity type is oh, look at that. Oh, gosh. So this is another task for another day to figure out all that. And that has nothing to do with updating. I'm not sure. It's probably just cruft in my database. Okay, let's try a cache rebuild as well. Can we uninstall it now? Oh, I have to spell it right. How about that? There we go. With an E on the end. Fields pending deletion. What the heck is going on? All right, let's come over here at status report. Always start the status report. All right, this could be because cron was giving me problems, which I really don't want to hear. I really just want that to work. And the field that's pending deletion is that stupid test field that I created. Cannot remove field class because of entity type is unknown. Oh man. So I've got all these fields that when I uninstalled paragraphs somehow did not get cleaned up. So I might have to go in the database and take care of those myself. And one of them is BP view, and that's probably what's blocking me, not my little test field. Oh, so if I have to do it here, then I have to do it on my production database as well, which is a major bummer. So let's do this. I just downloaded this SQL Pro. I just downloaded this database from the live site before the recording, so I'm not going to worry about backing it up. Okay, so fields that are BP 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fields, well, 7 with class. So BP oh no, what's it going to be? It's going to be field data. No. So where is this stuff? So there were paragraph fields. Is there something in paragraph? I don't have a paragraphs. So where in my database are these things still showing up? That's causing this problem. Is it these deleted data? Look at that. I mean, I could just try and just delete all those. Why not? Delete tables. And let's go back here. It was field deleted, right? Something like that. I'm going to practice that a few times before I do it on live. Oh, but it's still there. So it still exists somewhere. Man, I'm at a loss here for this. Block content, config. Could it be in config? Name contains BP underscore? No. I just want to make sure. No. Field no to be a field paragraph. I mean, is there anything in here that's still paragraph? No. Okay, so maybe it's not in config. It's not going to be contact message. I mean, could it be in here? I don't think this is going to stop me, but I don't think I want to go down that road yet. I would love for someone to just tell me the answer to this. No? No takers? Redirect router.
Carla knows the answer. She's just holding back on you.
I knew it.
Thanks, Linda. Throw me under the bus.
I don't know where else that like, I mean, really, one thing I could do like an export on the database. All right, I'm gonna do that just for the heck of it.
Well, Mike, as I had one boss tell me, I'd love to tell you the answer, but then you'd never learn.
Yeah, so I'll just do Mike dot here. Let's do de8.sql.gz. All right, so I'm gonna export the database using ddev. So take a second. Okay, and then I'm over here in my other window. I'm gonna extract it. Okay, so now it's gonna be over here somewhere. It'll appear. There we go. So I'm gonna open it here. And now I'm just gonna do a search, find for BP underscore. Oh boy. Yeah, this is what I was afraid of. Cache default. How about BP views or view? This better not be in the cache table still. This looks like a cache table. Cache tags. All right, hold on a second. Hold on. I've very clearly rebuilt the cache before. Did I not? All I want to do is disable the module. Come on. Come on. Come on. Files pending deletion. Grrr. All right. Drupal 8 files pending DELETION. How do I get rid of that? Fields. Yeah, not files, fields. FIELDS. Let's make sure these are clean results. Yeah. Try running cron multiple times. Cron. Okay. All right, let me run cron a few times. I don't like the fact that other thing was saying cannot remove, but see, I think this is blocking. BP view. These are all going to be, these just feel like they're all in this freaking cache. That means that I feel like they need to be somewhere else. This is a pointless exercise right here. Yeah, so this is my log right here. This entity type is unknown. So I wonder if I temporarily install paragraph. All right, let's see if that did anything. Otherwise, maybe I'll temporarily install paragraphs. I'm gonna go a little bit over. So, all right, let's do that. Okay, so forget about this database dump. That seems like an exercise in frustration. Okay, so let's do this. DDev composer require Drupal /paragraph. Is it paragraph or paragraphs? Anybody know? DP paragraphs, plural. Okay. Paragraphs. So let's get that first of all. Synchronize, sure. Synchronizer should be clean. The thing that sucks is if this works, I actually have to commit it and push it up to production and do all this in production. But, oh well. Installed paragraphs module so that I can, by the way, delete this. Uninstall views reference field module. Okay, so we got paragraphs. Oh, look at updated paragraphs. Oh, I had it the whole time. I hadn't removed it yet. So you know what? I'm going to undo this because I want to go back to my original version. Okay, where am I? So git status. So we're going to do a big git checkout on composer.lock, vendor web modules contrib paragraphs. Git status. What change do I have in there? Git diff composer.json. Yeah, git checkout. Don't want that change either. Composer.json. All right, I've got a few files in there. So on my other screen, I'm actually just going to delete the whole paragraphs directory and check it out. I just want to make sure it's clean. So I am literally dragging the paragraphs directory to the trash on my other screen. If I do a git status, you're going to see it's all deleted. Now I can do a git checkout of it. Sure. Okay, git status. Okay, so ddev.drush-en-y paragraphs. Silly that I have to do this, but that's the way it is. Okay, so now I'm doing all that just so I can try to freaking do this. Uninstall views reference. Please let the. Oh, well, maybe I have to do the cron. Maybe I have to rebuild caches first. All right, I think it may have worked. We run cron again. Plug an exception. Okay, I'm not going to care about that stuff. Is you going to let me uninstall now? Oh my gosh. I wish I knew what field was pending deletion. I'm gonna double up on all of this. Oh, look, I drove everybody away. Well, it is 5 after, but how about now? Oh my goodness. This is a bit frustrating. Could it be this one? Classy paragraph style entity type. All right, it's not this. I know it's this. It's not this big red one. I don't think it's going to be this. I'm gonna run cron a bunch of times here. Oh my goodness. What could that be? Drupal 8 fields pending deletion. There's got to be. Well, actually, here, you know what I'm going to do? Let's do a views reference. Let's see if there's anything specific. Fields pending deletion on views reference. Ah. Okay. All right. What's the word? Truncate, manually truncate all the cache tables. But that's, so number 3 was, should a cron run between? Yeah, not by running cron though. Although I am willing to truncate all the cache tables. So let's do that. Because those will just be, that's kind of half of a cache rebuild, right? A cache rebuild should truncate them, but then rebuild them. But it was, which one was it? Where we saw that other weird stuff. Well, you know what? I don't care. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna truncate them all. Truncate cache. Boom, 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 boom. And what do we got? We got cache config. Container. Oh, I missed one. Bootstrap. Data. Default. Discovery. I'll do half of them first. Dynamic. I better do all of them. Markdown menu, boom, 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 boom. Migrate, page, render, toolbar, cache tags. Is that a real invalidations? I'm not going to do that one. That one doesn't look like it has anything with fields. All right, I'm going to stick with these. 14 of them, that makes sense. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Yeah, all right, run them. Run selected. Boom. How about now? Why, oh, why would you do this to me, Drupal? It's starting to feel personal. I run the cron. They ran the corn. Do you know this person, Carla? They ran corn. Field deleted data. I already got rid of all my field deleted data, right? Unless did it come back? No. Running cron. That 10 rows of data. Cron only deletes 10 rows of data at a time, but how much data do I have with that? I don't think that much. Let me try running cron again. Maybe after I. And then CR. Oh my goodness. from one of the cache table entries. I cleared out all of my cache tables. I literally, and they got repopulated. Well, you know what? Well, hold on. Okay, let me do that. And now let me come back and make sure that, oh, wait a minute. Okay, no, they are. All right, so now before I do anything, let me try to, should I run cron first? Let me run cron first. So here's a plugin classy paragraph style entity type. That's another freaking module. Do I still have that one? Classy paragraphs. Let me re-enable that one. ddev.drush en-y classy paragraphs.
Question, now that revisions are in core for, what is it, revisions for entities, does that cause more records to need to be deleted?
I don't know. I do not know.
Because I know when I cleared out my revisions, I went into the UI and I said delete all the former revisions, and yet when I went through the database, they were still out there. So
Yeah, I mean, could be. Oh, look at that. It's looking for one of my deleted tables. I don't know if that's a good sign or a bad sign. All right, so here's what we're going to do. Let me just do a ddev pull skip files. So this is going to update my local database with one from Pantheon. So this is where I started today. So I'm going to update my database, and I'll have to do an updb because of SMTP module. And then after that, let's see if cron runs. Well, I'll have to enable those modules as well. So one thing at a time. So we're kind of reset the database to where we started earlier today. So this is kind of doing this because I deleted those tables and maybe I shouldn't have. So let's see if we can get past all this with a fresh copy of the database. Okay, so let's do a ddev.drush. Let's just do a cache rebuild since we just pulled. Start with that. Okay, now let's do a updb. This should get the SMTP stuff that we did. There's that. All right, then we're going to enable paragraphs and classy paragraphs. Actually, if I just do classy paragraphs, will that get all of them? That should get paragraphs and entity reference revisions. There you go. Yes, I definitely want to continue. So now, can I disable? Please, please. Okay. Now, this has nothing to do with the field, the test field that I added earlier, because this is a fresh database. So this is something different. and field cron ran. Maybe I need Bootstrap paragraphs as well. Maybe that's what I need. I'm gonna enable that. Where did I sit? Random paragraphs. Because like the BP view and all of those fields, those are from Bootstrap paragraph field types. So maybe there's just, you know, something, there's an issue with, I know it's probably views reference field where it doesn't clean up after itself. All right, so let me run cron. So the only red should be this htaccess stuff, which has nothing to do with this. Right. Okay, so now okay, well, it's different. Okay, the placeholder views reference field type is used in BP view. Okay, so let's try disabling. This might just be like a little bit of a shell game. Bootstrap paragraphs and views reference at the same time. Okay, how about just Bootstrap paragraphs? Bootstrap, how about I spell it right? Let me try them both again since I had a misspelling. Views reference. Spelled that one wrong too. Okay. You better let me uninstall this. This is the last one I enabled. Okay. All right. How about cron? The views reference field type is used in the following field. Paragraph BP view. Is that like, do I have to manually remove those? Is that? Oh, yeah. So these are going to be paragraph types. I guess we don't need to upgrade status anymore. Get rid of this window as well. Get rid of that window. Let's just focus. And of course, because okay, what was I going to do? Structure, paragraph types. Did it get rid of? No, it kept all of them. Okay, so let's see, BP view. Delete. So Bootstrap paragraphs did not clean up after itself. Okay, so I deleted that. field. Oh, it's taking a little longer. Yay! Okay, so we need to uninstall classy paragraphs. Oh, I can't believe we unwound this. So I think we can blame Bootstrap Paragraphs on this. Or blame this on Bootstrap Paragraphs. All right, now let's do paragraphs. All right, and entity reference revisions. Phew, that was a long way to go in order to disable views reference. All right, let's just make sure we're still clean. And I didn't have to make any manual changes to the database in the end. So that's all good. And my cron looks a lot cleaner other than the htaccess thing, which I'm not worried about.
Mike, should you go back on that one thread you were reading and add your input that you found?
Well, my issue, that thread was actually correct, but my problem was with Bootstrap Paragraphs. So the question is there a, and hang on, let me just go to a status report and I'll put a button on this. But what you're thinking, it's a good thought. So we'll do a little bit of follow up. And okay, so I think we're clean here. Oh, we should go to 892. I'm gonna make that a task for next time. Future tasks. Update to core 8.9.2. Okay. All right, so where are we? Git, not there, down here. Are we clean? I think we are. Git status. We're clean, amazingly. And is everything pushed? Git push origin Drupal 9. I think we're even pushed. Oh no, we're pushed now. Okay. So I think again, bootstrap. Bootstrap. I think the issue is with this module. So uninstall. Let's just see if there's anything. Yeah. Yep. Agreed. And it looks like it's been fixed. The bundle types were not removed. Blah, blah, blah. Manually deleting. Yep. Okay. Thanks for pointing this out. Wasn't created. This has been deleted and install configs. All right, so what version? I don't even know what version I was on. I was on 2.0 beta. This was on 1.0. Yeah, but it looks like there's a lot of just, maybe not a lot, but there's definitely discussion about it, so.
I was just wondering more of a notation on the other one that keep in mind this might not be your issue if you've got the paragraphs.
Bootstrap paragraphs.
Yeah, that could be your issue, and to go look at that issue queue. I mean, because nobody's going to know that like until you just did everything you just did to figure that out.
All right, yes, yeah. Let me see.
It's up to you. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I just want to word it the right way. I had an experience where I couldn't get rid of the fields pending deletion. Message regardless of how many times I ran cron and cache rebuild. Ultimately, I discovered it was an issue with Bootstrap Paragraphs module, not uninstalling Queen. Here, let me put with a previous version of Bootstrap Paragraphs. Not, I reinstalled Bootstrap Paragraphs, then uninstalled it, then was able to uninstall Views Reference Field. Smiley face. Mike. Okay, yeah, I think that's fair. That's a good idea. Thank you, Carla. All right, I think that's a great place to stop. Once again, we fell into a rabbit hole, but we got out of it. So good for us. All right, well, yeah, I'm gonna stop the recording.